Hi, my name is Maria Zmitruk, and I am Communications Class 1000 Summer Term 1 student. And my informative speech is going to be about astrology and whether astrology is a useful source for predicting the future. So let me tell you a little bit about astrology and what it is. Astrology is in fact a pseudoscience, which means it has no grounds as a science itself. It's not mathematical, it's not something that you can calculate in a laboratory. However, it is very ancient study of the night sky, and many different cultures throughout the world, throughout generations, have used astrology for numerous reasons. They used stars and lunar cycles and the solar eclipses to calculate when would be the best time for harvesting crops or for planting crops, and eventually it evolved into something bigger when stars and their alignments found a were given a specific meaning to them. For example, every person that is born at a certain day and a certain time and a certain place is born in an alignment of the stars, and that alignment of the stars does not necessarily affect the person. However, it is like a ID of the person themselves, and it can help understand the character and the personality of the human being. So astrology is not simply horoscopes that you go on Yahoo and read daily or monthly or annually. They are a little bit more detailed. Actually, they're a lot more detailed and very fascinating. Every place on Earth has its own star alignment. So every city, every village, everything has its own small, at the time that it was created, it has an alignment of the stars. And in my interview with Jessica Murray several years ago about astrology, she mentioned that it doesn't matter where you go because your star alignment will follow you, and it does not change throughout your lifetime, but the places that you go to, you will see how you bond with them. And by saying that, she meant that it's like a puzzle piece. And some places we go to and we don't necessarily like the city, we don't like the people that are there, the architecture is not fascinating or interesting, we're just bored. We don't like the place, and it's not 100% has to do with astrological match. Maybe it's just your personal interests, but those can be represented astrologically with the star alignment, which is very fascinating. And some cities we go to, we never expected to end up there, and all of a sudden we just fall in love. And I'm not talking about cities like Paris, which is overrated. I'm talking about small towns, and you just go there and you feel comfortable, you feel like you're at home. You like the surroundings, you enjoy the people, the culture, the food, and it's great to understand what's good for you. So when you study astrology extensively, you will have the ability to foresee and be able to kind of predict to where you fit as a person with the star alignment that you have. And there was this program which Andrei Kudelko, a vice president of International Society of Astrological Research for Ukraine, has shared with me. It's a program that has every single Google map of Earth, and every single place, it's software engineered that every single place has its own representation, its own star alignment. Everything's calculated and entered. So all you need to do is just enter your name, your date of birth, time of birth, place of birth, as much detail as possible, and all of a sudden you'll see the map will just turn colorful, and it will go from the hues of red and yellow to the hues of like blue and green. Blue and green being the places that you don't necessarily will not enjoy as much as the red and yellow ones. And from personal experience, Andre entered my name into the program, and I was interested where it would be best for me to study 3 years ago when I was applying to universities. And there was a really thick red line which represents like a perfect match over the islands of Hawaii. And he said, Hawaii is a good place for you to study, so try this out. And I have never lived in Hawaii before, and I've only traveled here once for a couple of days on family vacation many years ago. But to me it was just fascinating, and when I came here I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, how can this program just say it? But the decision of course was not made, because the map showed me so. It was more rationalized than that. However, it was fascinating to see that actually I find myself still living in Hawaii, still enjoying my life, and I'm meeting all these great people, and it worked for me. So, to get back to the point, can astrology be used as a source to predict the future? No, it cannot. As great as everything has been sounding so far, astrology cannot be used to predict the future because it is not predicting who you will be. It is simply representing who you are in the sky. It's simply a mirror of your personality into the sky. And you cannot take, you can take tarot cards. They're not related to astrology, but you can take stars and you can just simply see what will fit with you, because everything is mirrored into the sky. So it is you cannot predict, but you can just better understand where you're coming from and possibly where you should go. But it's not as detailed as, tomorrow Maria is going to let's say a theme park, and exactly at 12 o'clock she's going to trip over a small branch lying on the ground and twist her ankle. Astrology, nor any other science, pseudoscience out there, is as exact as that. And if anybody tells you otherwise, taken from personal experience and knowledge, it is not so. You can simply rely on your own instincts, your own knowledge, and hopefully you can just understand yourself better as a person, your relationships, people around you. It is a guide. It is simply a mirror, and it just helps you understand yourself, people that surround you, and your environment better. So thank you very much for your time. I apologize for making my presentation very sudden. I haven't used any props whatsoever. This is how I would like to mention. This is a research paper that I have written before in my senior year of high school, and I just decided to present this topic as a persuasive, informative speech. I think it turned out informative more than persuasive, and thank you very much for the whole semester, and hopefully I'll see you guys around. Thank you. Bye.